Alright, like I said previously, usually the head gasket surface I'll just clean off with the wire wheel. But I've been reading lately that you shouldn't do that because in aluminum heads it'll create little imperfections. So this engine, man, I'm trying to build almost exactly to spec, factory spec. So I'm gonna try something different. Anyways, to clean the whole head, I actually usually use this oven cleaner because it just really takes off all the grime on there actually. So oven cleaner, let it sit, spray it down, and I'm going to power wash it off. But for the head surface right here, I'm actually going to try spraying it on the surface and just use a old credit card, debit card, whatever. I'm going to try to scrape off all this old stuff right here. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try this method first. If it doesn't work, then I'll try to find something else to get all this off. They do have like gasket remover. It's like a spray. I couldn't find it at my auto store. I found it online, so if it comes down to it, I might have to order it online. But we're gonna try this method first and see. Just using the oven cleaner and a credit card, this actually looks pretty good. It got most of it off. Yeah, I'd still go over it again a few times, but I noticed in cylinder 1 it has actually a pretty good ring around the combustion chamber. That kind of makes me upset, sad, whatever, because it's pretty deep actually. Like my fingernail will sink down inside there, so I'm gonna have to get this head resurfaced. I thought it was okay. I mean, like, straightness, it is straight and everything. I don't know why that one cylinder produced such a deep ring around the head gasket. It's weird. The rest of the ring's okay, or the rest of the cylinder around it's not deep at all. It's just leftover residue from the head gasket. But it's pitted right there. Like I can put my fingernail inside there. Ah, that blows. That blows. I went to the store really quick to get some things, but I left the cylinder head sitting in a huge foam bath of the oven cleaner. It's soaked pretty good. It's all like dissolved by now. But I'm going to pressure wash it right now. And if you're going to be doing your own work at home, I really suggest getting a pressure washer. I didn't get one until just actually a few months ago, but it makes a world of difference when you're cleaning your own parts at home. Like the time it cuts down and cleaning stuff is way over half the time to clean something with just a regular hose versus a pressure washer. So if you're gonna be doing stuff like this, go ahead and invest in like a cheap low grade pressure washer if you're not gonna be using it all the time. I almost forgot, before you continue to wash this thing out, there's these rings underneath each valve seat, or not valve seat, but like underneath where the valve spring sits. So you're gonna want to take these out, otherwise they're just gonna get washed away. You need one of those small, thin magnets, which I can't find mine, so I'm trying to do it with this bigger head on here, which is kind of hard. So you're gonna need one of those smaller wands, magnets. I'm going to probably try to use the Lyle tool on here and see if I could put it over the cylinders and use that, or not cylinders, but over the valve seats. Now these need to be laid out also in order where you take them off. So do that, and then let's get back to washing it. Here's our cylinder head as it sits now. with just the wash with the oven cleaner and the power washer. It's looking pretty good. This cylinder head was really grimy though. Like I had mentioned before, the dude that I bought it from, he still had like a Japanese oil filter on there. So he never ever changed the oil in this car. He was running the SR in his car for a few months, he said. So this head was in pretty grimy shape, but it's looking pretty decent. Now I'm just going to go polish everything with the wire wheel on the drill and just clean it up, and then I'm going to spray it down with a few cans of brake cleaner. I mean, obviously you could start out just spraying the whole thing with brake cleaner, but mine was pretty grimy, so I would have went through a lot of cans of brake clean. So I used the oven cleaner because it was like $2 a can at the dollar store, and then I'm going to go over it all with brake clean. And you know, I know this seems like a lot of work, and it is. So if you don't want to do this, you could just take your cylinder head to a shop and have them hot tank it for probably like $30 to $50. But this is for people that like to do stuff themselves at their house. I mean, this is all easily managed to do at your house. And I also think if this was like a Mad Max style situation, there would be no machine shops to take your engine to. So you have to learn to do it yourself. So this is good prep for when the grid goes down and all that shit. Period. I'm just joking about that.